Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about black bean burgers. They are loaded with protein. We are going to share one of our favorite ways to prepare them and some ideas for toppings that you can load up on your burgers with. This is the Beyond Meat brand. Beyond Meat is a company who specializes in plant-based meat alternatives made from pea protein. They have created an alternative to ground beef, which they call Beyond Burger. This product is made from pea protein. It has 20 grams of protein per serving. But today we are talking about their black bean burger. And yes, it is loaded with protein. Each one of these black bean burgers contains 35 grams of plant-based protein. These burgers are high in fiber and they're high in protein. They're also gluten-free and soy-free. Let's take a closer look at the ingredients. The first ingredient is water. Then we have a blend of black beans, which is the base of this burger. We have vital wheat gluten. That's where the protein comes from in this product. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I love vital wheat gluten. It's very high in protein, it's very low in carbohydrates, and it's also very inexpensive. So when you see vital wheat gluten in an ingredient list, you know there's going to be lots of protein in that food. Some people think of vital wheat gluten as like a meat substitute or a meat extender because it does contain that protein. And it does bind things together, so they could use it in processed foods to extend the amount of meat that you get in a package. They are not going to charge you for all that extra protein that they are re-putting into the package by using vital wheat gluten. So consumers benefit by getting more protein for less money. You will find vital wheat gluten in many of my recipes. In addition to the vital wheat gluten, we have sunflower oil, we have beet juice for color, we have onion powder, garlic powder, and spices. And if we go down to the bottom of the ingredient list, you will see that we have sea salt and we have natural flavorings. On the nutrition label, we can see that these black bean burgers are very high in protein. They are 35 grams of protein per serving. But you will notice that we only have 140 calories. It's really impressive. These are 100% plant-based. There's no cholesterol in these black bean burgers. We do have 19 grams of total fat. Of course, that's not all bad. We need some fat in our diet, and this is a good source of unsaturated fats. We have 8 grams of carbohydrates. That includes 3 grams of sugar. Now, we do have 7 grams of dietary fiber. As I mentioned earlier, these burgers are gluten-free and soy-free. So if you are following a gluten-free or a soy-free diet, you can enjoy these black bean burgers. One of my favorite things to do with black bean burgers is to put them on the grill. I absolutely love grilled vegetables and grilled fruit, so I like to put these black bean burgers on the grill. I also like to add some grilled onions, grilled pineapple. By grilling these foods, it brings out their natural sweetness. It concentrates the flavors. Grilled vegetables and grilled fruit make excellent burger toppings. I'm going to show you how easy it is to prepare these black bean burgers. All you need to do is remove the wrapper around the package, and inside you will find 4 individually wrapped black bean burgers. Just take one of the burgers out of the package, remove its individual wrapping, and then you are ready to cook. You do want to wash your hands before and after handling raw food. Also remember to wash your utensils and cutting boards. Always practice safe food handling. Make sure that you cook these burgers to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the directions say to cook these burgers for 10 to 12 minutes for medium heat. For a really juicy burger, I recommend cooking them longer. Cook them until they are firm but not dry. I'm going to cook mine a little longer just to see what happens. We're going to cook these burgers in a pan on the stovetop. But if you have a grill outside, this would be excellent to throw on the grill. You could cook them indoors or outdoors. But let's go ahead and continue with the recipe. Grab a large frying pan. You want to put your pan over medium heat. Add a tablespoon of olive oil to the pan. I always recommend using an oil with a high smoke point like olive oil or avocado oil. And then we're going to place the black bean burgers in the pan. Now the pan I'm using is not very big. I'm only going to cook one burger at a time. What you don't want to do is crowd your pan. When you crowd your pan with food, the water that's naturally released from the food is going to steam the food instead of browning it. So that's why we're only going to put one burger in the pan at a time. We're going to cook these burgers for 5 minutes on each side. I like to press down on the burgers gently just to help them brown. I also want to mention that you can cut these burgers in half horizontally and you can fill them with cheese. I'm not going to do that today, but that is an option for you. While the burgers are cooking, let's talk about some topping ideas. We already mentioned pineapple. Pineapple goes really well with black bean burgers. Other fruits that you could put on top of your burgers include mango or apples. Apples go great on burgers. I've done sweet and savory burgers with apples. I've used different types of onions like caramelized onions or grilled onions. Caramelized onions are really sweet and delicious on burgers. You can also add some salsa. You can add guacamole. You can add pickled onions. Avocado is a very popular topping for burgers. One thing I really like to do is add some crispy fried onions on top of my burgers. That adds a nice crispy texture to the burger. And then of course there's tomato. Tomato is a really nice addition to a burger. If you don't care for tomatoes, you can always skip that. But tomatoes are really fresh and tasty during the summer. You can also add lettuce and vegan mayo or mustard. Now that our burgers are cooked through, we're going to remove them from the pan. Here's one of our black bean burgers. Now let's see what kind of temperature we got. Perfect, 165 degrees. Let's go ahead and plate our burger. We're going to plate our burger with some grilled pineapple chunks and a side of mashed sweet potatoes. And here's what our burger looks like plated. Again, I used grilled pineapple chunks. For the pineapple, I'd simply cut up some fresh pineapple. Just put it on the grill, drizzled it with a little bit of maple syrup, and then I grilled it for a few minutes on each side until it was nice and caramelized. If you're looking for a complete plant-based meal, this is an excellent option. It's high in protein, it's high in fiber, it's low in carbohydrates, and it's low in fat and cholesterol. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos. And remember, eat real food, use clean energy.